Once upon a time, there was a king. This was no ordinary king. In fact, he was known throughout all the kingdoms as the King of Kings, for it was by him and through him that all things existed. Everyone in the kingdom was uniquely and wonderfully designed by the king, and he loved them with a great love because they were his royal children. But some in the kingdom didn't know the king. They went about their days feeling lost, unloved, and cast aside. This grieved the king, but this was a loving king. This was a king who wouldn't rest until everyone in his kingdom knew his love. And this is where our story begins.
Urban streets to open plains, we are under one name. No one is lost or goes unseen, 'cause we're all loved by our King. This is nothing ordinary. There is power in the name we carry. Every nation, every tongue, welcome to the kingdom. All the rich, all the poor, all the people, all yours. We are daughters, we are sons, more than mortals. We are royals, we are yours. We are yours, yeah, yours. We are yours. Hearts unbound, running free, different stories, one dream. We don't wonder where we belong. We found our home in the Father's love. This is nothing ordinary. There is power in the name we carry. Every nation, every tongue, welcome to the kingdom. All the rich, all the poor, all the people, all yours. We are daughters, we are sons, more than mortals. We are royals, we are yours. We are yours, yeah, yours. We are yours. It don't matter where we come from. Everyone is welcome in your kingdom. It don't matter if we're broke or we're broken. In your love we have found our freedom. All the rich, all the poor, all the people, all yours. We are daughters, we are sons, more than mortals. We are royals, we are yours. We are yours. We are yours. We are yours.
Hey everyone, for weeks we have kept you in suspense about what is behind this curtain. Well, today's the day our quest begins. We're going in.
Wow! This place is incredible! These robots look so incredibly lifelike! Wow!
Amazing! I still can't believe that you're here, Marty.
This is, I've wanted to be here for so long and I can't.
I know.
Oh my goodness!
It's here!
Kiddos, it is so good to see you! I had no idea they were gonna
Carrie,
be
do you
here!
remember me?
Wow. Well, of course, I'm Martin Q. Snodgrass, but you can call me Marty because I bring the party.
Oh my goodness.
It's so great to see
You guys,
them.
I can't even tell you how much I've been hoping and wishing for you guys to find this place. And you're here, and Marty, you're here. This is an incredible
A
reunion.
dream come true, kiddos. This is fantastic.
Welcome
Look,
to the kingdom, everyone.
this place. I'm telling you, I had wishes and dreams about what my experience would be like when I visited this place. And kids, it's 10 times better than I thought. Everything here looks so remarkably real. I mean, everything from the well to, I mean, look at these little guys over here. I mean, this is incredible.
What's wrong with this guy?
What's wrong with this guy? This is incredible. Their programming is top notch. These robots are literally blowing my mind.
Yeah, so I hate to break it to you, but they're not robots.
That's a good one, Miss Carrie. I know that they look real, and trust me, that's what I'm trying to say. They're impressive, but they're obviously animatronic robots.
No, they're real.
Carrie, what do you mean they're real? I mean, that right there was the gingerbread man, one of my favorite storybook characters from my childhood.
It actually was the gingerbread man,
Exactly.
and he's definitely real. It's just that he's not really real.
Okay, I am finding myself really confused, Miss Carrie, because these are storybook characters from my childhood. They can't be real.
No, I get that, Marty. It's just they're real, they're just not really real. They're made up.
Well, Miss Carrie, there's either real or there's made up. You can't have both. I'm really confused here.
Marty, this is the storybook kingdom. So, like, you know all those stories that you read when you were a little kid?
I love those stories. They're very near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, so all of those stories are here, all of the characters are here, and we're actually in the kingdom.
Wow.
I know, like there, see? It's the three little pigs.
There's only 2 of those pigs there.
Our friend he's looking for toilet paper.
That makes sense. I mean, I get that.
And back there, that's Little Red Riding Hood.
Red Riding Hood. Hey, be careful. Your grandma's not quite who you think she is, Miss Red over there.
Oh, and that was a gingerbread
And
man.
I'm gonna assume that this right here is this Goldilocks?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Just because we're not real in real life doesn't mean we're not real here.
Kids, I am incredibly confused. Miss Carrie, you gotta make some sense out of this for me.
All right, Marty, if you really want to know. So you know that huge storybook arch you walked through on the way here?
How could I miss it? It was ginormous.
Your atoms were transmogrified and sent to a quantum plane where they could theoretically exist or not exist depending on the presence of observation, which allows you to exist in the real world and the fictional world simultaneously, thus bringing all of these imaginary characters to life and allowing you to interact with them.
I've got one word, kids. It's befuddled. Miss Carrie, I am completely and totally befuddled.
I get that, Marty. But the important thing is that we're all here and we're all real. Everyone is welcome in the kingdom, right, gang?
Right.
So, Humpty, it doesn't bother you at all that you're completely and totally made up.
Nope.
Okay, Prince Charming, you know that you're not real, right?
Yes.
And Goldilocks. This whole strange world here doesn't bother you at all?
No.
I'll tell you what, Miss Carrie, I think I'm a bit overloaded. I'm gonna have to go take a seat and just kind of try and make sense out of my life.
All right, kids. Well, Marty takes a much-needed brain break. Let me tell you, I actually come here a lot. In fact, I don't know if you noticed before, but I have actually been invited into this amazing worship dance crew. We're called Carrie and the Commoners, which is actually kind of a joke because clearly no one here is common. In this kingdom, everybody's under one name. No one is lost, no one goes unseen. Here, everyone is loved by the king. In fact, the king sees every one of us as his son and his daughter, which, if you do the math, makes us royals. I mean, look at how different they are. Look at how amazing they all are in their own ways.
Run away! Run away! It's coming this way!
Hey, what's going on?
The Great Beast!
I've never seen you before.
I am Trollin. I am Troll, and my name is Rollin. Troll Rollin.
Why haven't I ever seen you before?
Come out that night. They're scared of Trollin. They think me scary. Trollin wish was made nicely like all the others.
What do you mean?
I don't have nice clothes like Little Red. I don't have house like 3 piggies. Nobody care about Trollin. Trollin must die.
Oh, no. Roland, I wish you had come out sooner. There is a story written about you.
Where? Not here, not in this book.
That's the thing, it's not in this book.
Then where is it?
There's another book. In fact, it's the greatest book ever written.
There's another book?
Yes, and it's the greatest book of all.
Harry Potter?
No, not Harry Potter. Even better. Kids at home, say it with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. The Bible!
Bible?
You know how this book is made up of a bunch of stories that were made up in someone's imagination?
Yes.
Well, the Bible is also made up of a bunch of stories, but these are not made up. These stories are actually real. I think we can find your story when we see what the Bible says about the king.
King? We have a king?
Yeah, it's the king of all kings. He's the one who made all the people who made up all of you in their imaginations.
So, if Trollin here, he was not made by imagination, but by King, who created Guy, who created me.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Trollin have story?
Yes, and it actually means that you were made as wonderfully as anyone else.
Wow. Trollin feel great.
Wait, I've got something to show you. Check out Psalm 139, verse 13 and 14. It says, "Yes, you shaped me first inside, then out. You formed me in my mother's womb. I thank you, high God, you're breathtaking. Body and soul, I am marvelously made."
That King of Kings?
Sure is, Trollin. The God who made everything made us all and knows us all. Just because you don't have a story here doesn't mean you don't have a story with him.
Oh, wow. Big thank. Trollin have story.
Hey, wait, don't you want to hang out with all of us here?
No, Trollin like to be alone. He like to play card games and sing to 30 cats. Plus the lights hurt Trollin's eyes. But Trollin have a story.
Howdy ho, Miss Carrie. What did I miss? And who was that big fella?
That was Trollin. I can't wait to tell you all about him. I was just telling him about how all of us were designed by the king.
Designed by the king. I'll tell you what, I think Marty was designed to frolic and play games. I'm really itching to kind of, I don't know, play some games.
I believe that. I love frolicking in games too, so let's do it.
All right, kids, you want to do it? Let's make it happen, kiddos, right now. Hello there, kiddos. It's me, Uncle Marty, a.k.a. Martin Q. Snodgrass, a.k.a. Marty, the one who brings the party, and I am bringing the games right now. That's right, I have the task of entertaining you youngsters with a game, a challenge of sorts. This game is going to be tough. You're going to feel very similar to the way I felt just moments ago when I walked into this amazing place. I mean, I walked in thinking, my goodness, this is beautiful, this is incredible, but it's most certainly fake. Those people could not really be people. I mean, they had to be robots, right? Turns out they were real, and Uncle Marty's mind was blown. He was flabbergasted and befuddled, and I'm telling you, kiddos, you're about to get a taste of that because I've got some things for you to look at, and your job is to determine, are they real or are they just really fake? You know what I'm saying? So hey, let's take a look at the first picture. Looks like we've got some Chick-fil-A nuggets. At least that's what it looks like. The question is, are they real nuggets or are they fake nuggets? My goodness, kiddos, I'm shocked because they look quite delicious, very much like the real thing, but it turns out those are not real nuggets. Next up for our game is an actor by the name of Johnny Depp. The question is this really Johnny Depp or is this an imposter? Did you say it was an imposter? Because if so, you're correct. It was not the real Johnny Depp. It looked a lot like him though. Next up, something that I have personally fallen for multiple times. Oakley sunglasses. They're really hard to tell if they're real or fake. I mean, the ones in Mexico on the beach that cost $9, how could they not be real? But I guess they weren't. Question is, are these ones real, kiddos? Oh my goodness, it turns out these Oakleys are not Jokeleys. That's what I used to call the fake ones anyways. These are real Oakleys, which means they're real expensive. Next up, we've got this beautiful little house plant. Question is it real or is it fake? Wow, it looks so real, kiddos, but it turns out that's a fake plant. Okay, now we've got ourselves a koala, and it's holding onto a tree, which makes me think it has to be real. What do you kiddos think, real or fake? All right, that's a real koala, kids, which means I have not lost my mind because I'm telling you, if that one was fake, I don't even know what I'd do. Next up, we've got the cobra. Now, I'm really hoping this one's fake because those things can strike 45 times their body length. Looks like we're all safe here, kiddos, because that is a fake cobra, but it certainly looks real. All right, kiddos, we got Taylor Swift here. The question is it really Taylor Swift or just a lookalike? Look at that, kiddos. It's the real deal. It is Taylor Swift. Taylor, we're a big fan of your music. Look at this, kiddos. Those are Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Let's just hope they're the real deal because they're some of Marty's favorites. All right, that's fantastic. Those are real Cheetos. Give me some because I'm getting hungry. Next up, for you fashionistas out there, we've got a Gucci belt. But the question is this a real Gucci or a fake Gucci? Oh, looks like it's a real Gucci belt, kiddos. You better get out that old credit card and be prepared to max that thing out because these babies are expensive. Oh boy, kiddos, I'm telling you, this has been tough so far, but guess what? It's about to get tougher. That's right, we're gonna switch things up a bit here and I'm gonna show you some pictures. Half of the items have been drawn by a gentleman by the name of Howard Lee. He's a gifted artist. And half of the items, well, they're real. So you gotta do your best to figure out, is the left one the fake or is the right one the fake? I think there's one where there's 3 items and one's fake, and there's one where there's 4 items and just do your best to figure these out, and I'm telling you, kiddos, you had better be on your game because it is not easy. Good luck. All right, kiddos, which one of these 2 bottles of perfume or whatever that is, a cologne or I don't know, hand sanitizer, which one is the real one and which one is the fake one? Looks like our imposter's on the left there, kiddos. Let's move on to the next one. Take a look at these chocolate bunnies. Which one's real and which one was drawn? Oh, the fact that you could smash the one on the right means that it was real, kiddos. Did you say the fake one was on the left? If so, you're correct. Who doesn't love McDonald's French fries, kiddos? Now the question is, which one of these 2 is a drawing and which one is the real thing? Looks like our drawing's on the right-hand side, kiddos. Let's take a look at our next set of objects. Wow, hot dogs, kiddos, and I'm telling you, as far as hot dogs go, these ones do not look very tasty, but they do look very similar, so good luck trying to sort out which one's real and which one's fake. Looks like our imposter's on the right-hand side, kiddos. You can't cut through a hot dog that's been drawn on a paper. Well, look at this, kiddos. We've got our first trifecta. That's right, we've got 3 objects. Only one of them is fake. The question is it the left, the middle, or the right? Looks like the right one is the wrong one. Did I say that right? I think I did. Next picture, kiddos, we've got some more sweets here. There's 4 chocolates or cookies or whatever these things are. The question is, which one of the 4 is the fake one? Looks to me like the bottom left one is the fake one, kiddos. I think I still might eat it though, it looks tasty. Looks like we've got ourselves another sweet treat, kiddos. The question is, which one of these 2 popsicles is a fake popsicle? Look at that, the one on the left melted, which means it had to be real, so the one on the right was the fake. All right, kiddos, we're on to our final one. Can you get this one right? We're looking at some sort of drumstick doohickey. I've had these before, they're delicious. In fact, they both look quite tasty. The question is, which one's the fake one? Would you look at that? The left one has melted and it's become a little bit more chubby. I don't know how that happened, but that one was the real one, which means the right one was the wrong one again. Okay, kiddos. I told you it would be difficult, kiddos, and it most certainly was, but my hope is that you have a little bit of compassion for Uncle Marty. I mean, because I'm telling you, the way you feel now is exactly how I felt when I walked into this glorious kingdom and Miss Carrie told me that the characters were actually real. I'll tell you what, I am so excited for the rest of VBS Plus. I hope you kids are too. I'm gonna be back with more games as we kind of go along here, but for now, I'm gonna send it to my good old buddy, Pastor Ryan. He's got a message he wants to share with you. For now, kiddos, I'm gonna go home and ice my brain. Take it easy.
Thank you so much, Marty. You are a really handsome fellow. I'm just gonna say that right now. Kids, I want to tell you how much I loved that game, and I really loved that incredible story from the kingdom. And that guy trolling, am I the only one that just really felt bad for him? Carrie, thank you so much for setting him straight and helping him know that he was designed by the king and that he is a significant part of the grand story. Now kids, I personally can relate to trolling because I've been a part of some movies. I'm basically a movie star where I was a very, very small part. Now you guys are thinking he's joking, right? But I'm not. I'm not joking. I really was a movie star when I was a kid. I was a, what do they call it? an extra. Seriously, I got paid money to be a random person in the background of movies. And meanwhile, the movie stars would be in the front. I remember one time I was sitting on a bus and some bullies chased a kid off the bus in the movie, but I was there and I was a part of it and you couldn't see me in the movie. And I kind of felt like I didn't really matter, but I got over it eventually. So anyway, here's the deal. I felt what Trollin felt. I felt like I don't really matter. I'm not really significant. I felt it when I was in the movie, but more importantly, kids, I felt it in my life before. And I know that some of you might have felt that way as well. So I want to talk to you about some important stories from the Bible. First of all, one of my absolute favorite books in the Bible is a book called Acts. Acts. I don't know how many syllables there are in there, but I like to say like Acts. Anyway, it's a book that describes the Acts of the Apostles. Now, if you remember, Jesus had 12 disciples that he traveled with and taught and hung out with, and these were his closest friends, kids. I mean, like close friends. Now, 11 of those disciples became part of what would be known as the apostles, the people that Jesus sent out to continue what he was doing. These are famous people like Peter and John and James, and eventually another apostle by the name of Paul, who we've talked about before with our children's stuff. He was a guy named Saul who became Paul, who became probably the most famous apostle. Anyway, the book of Acts tells all the stories of these incredibly famous, super important people. Now, here's the thing. My favorite verse in the entire book is found in the very last chapter of the book, and I'm going to read it to you right now. It's Acts chapter 28, verse 14 and 15. At the end of verse 14, it says, "And so we came to Rome." Now, I want to stop there because Rome is a really big deal. Back then, Rome was like the main, most important part of the entire world. And Paul, the guy that I told you about who was so famous, he was preaching and teaching everywhere around the world, and he dreamt that one day he'd get to this far-off place called Rome. And at the end of Acts, he gets there. But here's the part that I love so much. Again, it says, "So we came to Rome," and it says, "The brothers there had heard that we were coming, and they traveled as far as the Forum of Appius and the 3 taverns to meet us. At the sight of these men, Paul thanked God, and Paul was encouraged." My question for you is, why was Paul so encouraged? Why did he thank God about the fact that some brothers came to meet him and greet him in Rome? Think about it, kids. He started way down here in Jerusalem, and eventually he gets to Rome, and when he gets there, there's already Christians there. They didn't have phones or email or planes or even really fast cars or boats. The word of God, the good news about Jesus started here and spread all the way to Rome, and that is a really big deal. It's such a big deal that it made Paul super duper happy. Here's what I love about that story. It wasn't Paul that did it. We don't even know who did it. It was people like the extras. It was people like Trollin, or people like I felt sometimes, people that may not be that super duper famous, but they made a big, big difference. Kids, you might have noticed that I've got a little glass of water here. Now, here's what I want you to understand. This water is kind of like the world. And when we as Christians spread a little bit of love that Jesus showed us, it affects the world, but as you can tell, it doesn't really do much with one little drop. But bit by bit, 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 can we just edit a bunch of by bits in there? By bit, by bit, by bit, by bit, it begins to make a gradual difference. And before long, you'll be shocked at how little acts done by normal people like you and me can begin to make an impact in the world. And if me and you and all of our friends do the best we can to just play our part in the big story, just like those people in Acts whose names we don't know, we can find that we are a very significant part of the grand story. Kids, it's really important that you understand, just like Trollin, that you were designed by the King and that you have an opportunity to play a real big part in the grand story just by spreading and sharing the love that Jesus has spread and shared with you. That's all I've got. I'm gonna go ahead and send it to, I don't know, what I like to call the challenge, hosted by me. Why not me, all right? Here you go, me, take it over. Thank you so much, me. I really appreciate it. Kids, once again, it's me, Mr. Ryan, and I want to tell you about our challenge today. It's a Don't Get Last challenge. Now, we've been doing this with our family for a while. The idea is that if you get last, you face a punishment, and we decided to branch out and involve some of our friends. Now, these kids, they're adorable. In fact, I'm gonna just give you a second to meet them. Here's some of our friends that played in a game right here in town. Go ahead and say hi to these adorable kids.
Hi, I'm Oliver and I'm 5. I'm Graham and I'm 8. Hi, I'm Abigail and I'm 8.
I'm Ewan and I'm 11.
I'm Jen. I'm 4. And today I'm on a veil.
I told you they were adorable. Now you get to meet these kids, which you probably know. They're my children, so kids, say hi.
I'm Jackson and I'm 9.
Why are you talking like that?
I'm cool. I'm Bryson and I'm 13.
How old is your friend?
I'm 8.
Leo the Lizard! Where you going? Where you going?
It's a blue belly.
Is he a blue belly?
That means he's a boy.
I'm Aubrey and I'm 15. I'm Ashlyn and I'm 17.
All right, now here is the way this game is played. Each person starts with one card, one playing card. They look at it and they're hoping it will be high. Now in this game, ace is low and king is high. As long as you don't have the lowest card on the table when the game is done, you are okay. You just don't want to have the lowest card. If you don't like the card you have, you can pass it one time, but you will be stuck with the card that is passed to you. When all the dust settles, the person or people with the lowest number, they face the punishment. Enjoy. Let's go! Junie, do you want to keep your card or pass it?
Pass it.
We'll pass it on over. You got to give her back? Okay, let's see. What card do you get now? Oh, that's a good one, Junie. What do you want to do? You want to keep your card or pass it?
Pass it. No.
Pass it along.
He hasn't seen it.
It doesn't matter. I don't think he really cares.
I want to pass it.
All right, here we go. What do you have now? What do you have now? What card do you have now? Ooh, that's another good one. They're both safe. What are you going to do?
I want to keep it.
She's keeping it. What are you going to do?
Pass it.
Pass it on
I
over,
want to
bro.
pass it again.
Keep it.
Ooh, Aubrey.
I'm gonna pass it.
She's passing it. Jax.
It's like right in the middle of the road. Keep it. I'll keep it.
Oh, he's keeping his.
I'm keeping mine.
You're keeping yours. Now I have to find out what my card is, kids. Let's see. Ooh, do I keep it or do I take the top card right there? I'm taking the top card. Are you ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn him over. Yes, I got a jack. I got a jack. 10, 5, 7. Right, Jackson, what do you have? 5 and 5. We have 2 lemon eaters. Oh no, lemon eaters. Oh no, poor Abigail and poor Jackson. They face the punishment, which is to eat 1 sour slice of a lemon, a fresh lemon that we picked in their backyard. Enjoy this, kiddos. Are you ready? 1,
I choose it.
2, 3, go! Oh my, Abigail. Abigail, you have the whole thing in your mouth. Abigail, Jackson, you're having a tough time, but look at Abigail. She's got the whole thing in there. Wow, Abigail. Oh my goodness. Abigail. Abigail. Jackson, what do you have to say to that?
She's the champ.
You bet. Are you going to match that? Jax.
Abigail, good job.
Jax. Come on. Do it. Do it for the family. Do it for the Beaver family name. Oh, my dear sweet Jaxie boy. Consider this awkward freeze frame your punishment for not eating that lemon. All right, I hope you had fun watching our friends here in Southern California. Now let's hop on a flight and head up to Oregon, where you're gonna meet our friends, the Beals and the Utus. Bealutus, introduce yourselves.
Jeremiah, Posse,
Nico.
Emmy, Akila,
Levi, Audrey, Lucy.
This game is played with an entire deck of cards. You kind of mix them up so they're kind of got some corners pointing everywhere, and you set them on a cup or a jar or something that you can try to blow cards off. Here's the key. You go back and forth blowing a card or cards off until somebody finally has to blow off the last card. If you blow off the last card, you lose and you face the punishment, which in this case is whipped cream to the face.
Round 1, Levi versus Jeremiah.
Your brother!
Levi, I am sorry, buddy. You lost, which means you're in the bottom 3. Let's see who joins you in the bottom 3.
Round 2, Aquila versus Tossie.
Tossie, I'm so sorry. You lost, which means you are going to be joining Levi in the bottom 3 showdown. Who's going to be the final competitor in that bottom 3 showdown?
Round 3, Nico versus Emmy.
Is it the final card?
Yeah.
Which means
I can't get it. Are you serious? How'd you do that? How? I don't understand.
you are in the bottom 3.
Looks like we've got Emmy, Tossie, and Levi facing off in the final showdown. The loser of this round will face the punishment.
Final round, Emmy versus Tossie versus Levi.
All right, Emmy's going first.
Yeah.
No, Levi! He's gonna be the whipped cream king. Whipped cream king. Poor guy, Levi. Are you bummed? Or are you excited to have whipped cream all over your face? All right.
Looks like our buddy Levi lost. He's been a good sport about it, but let's see how he does with the pie getting squashed in his face. Here comes the giant plate of whipped cream from his sister Emmy. Whenever you're ready.
Can I?
You're gonna get a bunch of that.
Ready? We get it together. 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
That's enough.
Say bye to the kids.
Bye.
Say bye to the kids. Jeremiah, do something cool in there. Ooh, big booty drop. Nice. All right, kids, that is all we've got for this week's challenge. I want to thank those families for joining us. It was a lot of fun watching them suffer. Now, listen, that is all we've got for this week's VBS Plus. We hope you guys loved it because we loved making it. Now, if you've already registered for VBS Plus, we'll be seeing you on Wednesday. If you haven't, we'll see you next Sunday, but it's not too late for you to register. If you haven't registered yet and you want to, go to rancho.tv/kids and you can get in on all the fun that's included in VBS Plus. But for now, it's Mr. Ryan and the rest of the Rancho team saying thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys soon.